Imagine a space without time, an existence that no science, arithmetic, or religion will ever be able to explain. Dive deep into the depths of your own being while soaring to the outer reaches of the universe. Imagine a single man, so big in his own mind that he has to do his own introduction. The Earth has aligned with the sun. It's time for the Brian Kusko live stream. Aloha! Woo! Top of the evening. Top of the evening, friends and family. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the live stream. The title is, it's not clickbait. I basically tried to never clickbait ever again. It's a heartfelt title. It is literally how I'm feeling. It's how I've been feeling for the past week. I've been overeating. I've been stressed out, and it's just, it's real. Let me say hello to everybody in chat here before we really get going. Thank you guys for all being here. A lot of people early. We had 905 Royals, Greg Bouchard, KG Constrictors, Aurora Exotics, Julie Vrotny. We got 905 Royals, I said already. I was going to say it twice. Black Smoke Reptiles, Golem's Demons 23, Clistia Robertson, always here. Jamie Cadile. So basically, yeah, this for a while now, I've been feeling like I just want to leave the reptile hobby. Just what it is. That's just a fact. That's how I've been feeling. It's not some thing, as somebody suggested in chat, that is like just a title for views or clickbait or anything like that. Like, that's just how I'm feeling. I feel like leaving the reptile hobby. It sucks. I've been stressed out about it. I don't like it at all. And I'm hoping that today's video, after I'm done saying everything that I plan to say tonight, or that I hope to say in the way that it comes across, or the way that it's received, is that it's not just another adding on to the piling of negativity that's out there, because I know that everybody's running a little high. Anxiety's out there. Like, we're facing this legislation, and everybody's kind of on edge, and you can feel it out there. It doesn't feel good. So to try and keep it more positive, let's start out with what I really love about the reptile hobby. Let's talk with that. It's the diversity of people that are in the hobby, and it's an amazing group of people. Like, this is my extended family. I feel like so many of the people in the hobby that I've met have become family for me, more than, and there's more. I feel like I'm meeting more people all the time that are just like, that feel like close brothers and sisters and family. And I just like it. I just like it a lot. And it pains me to even have that feeling like I want to leave it, because of how we seem to be reacting as a whole to it. Ideally, we come together and band together and are stronger together, right, to fight against this legislation that seems to be coming every so often. And it just pains me when I scroll through things and I just see people like wanting to have other people removed from the hobby. And I just, no matter what, granted, I've got a pretty wide acceptance range, I think, of people, maybe a little wider than other people. So I get it. Everybody doesn't like everybody, but it's like, when I see people wanting to kick other people out of the hobby, no matter if it's now, this time here, we need more people. We need as many people as we can get coming into the hobby, so we can have a presence that is large and seen, because we're a minority in the world. We're a minority everywhere. Reptile keepers, more people, everybody I talk to that's outside of the hobby, that's outside of keeping reptiles, like, it's kind of weird and afraid of snakes, and it's just not the norm. And hopefully someday we get it to where it's as normal as keeping dogs and cats, right? Where like they're not even included in the bill at all. Like, dogs and cats just get a pass because they've been a part of our domestic animal keeping for so long. It's just part of our existence. And hopefully reptiles gets to that point at one point, and how it gets there, I think, is including as many people as possible. And so when I was thinking about that today, it just reminded me of this clip out of Good Morning Vietnam. So I'm gonna play it for you guys. If you guys have not seen Good Morning Vietnam, it's a very touching movie, probably one of my favorite movies with Robin Williams in it. And this is how I feel about it. Robin nailed it right here.
Hey, come on now. Kick out the gooks, the next thing you have to kick out the chinks, the spicks, the spooks, and kikes, and all that's going to be left in here are a couple of brain-dead rednecks. And what fun would that be?
No, it's when I stop talking.
Yeah, right? What fun would we kick everybody out we don't like? Next thing you know, you're sitting by yourself with it, and I don't, and I think we need more people. Right now is like the worst time to be wanting to remove people from the hobby. Now's the time to be banding together. So that's my sentiment on that. And the other thing is I want to stay in touch with everybody. I like to see what everybody's doing, but like in order to do that, it seems like every other post I've been seeing recently is like people trying to slam other people or shame other people into supporting USARK, or just like calling people out about USARK when it should just be like doing something good. So the thing that really bums me out is when I see people I've never seen post before at all calling out some of these bigger names, because the bigger names have the platform and the audience to spread this and get it to more people, so we get more people sending the emails to the senators and just making a louder noise, and just like calling them out like those guys haven't been doing anything. It just makes me sad, and it makes me want to be like, there's some of those big guys like Jay, like Brian, like I've watched those guys fight for USARK and put out videos and allow and start companies to support USARK and just out there, trying to promote animals in a good light and make them into what I'm hoping for, right, is where dogs and cats are on the same level as reptiles, where it's like it's just another pet. Like, we love our pets, and this is normal, and it shouldn't be part of legislation at all. Like with the outrage from the people, if you can imagine if they're like, no more dogs, can't have pet dogs anymore. Can you imagine like how big the outcry would be from how many people banding together like, there's no way you're taking our dogs away. So I just love to see that same thing for the reptile hobby, and just having us come together more instead of like fighting within ourselves. And I know that's hard because we have such a wide range of personalities, but I'd love, instead of shaming people, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've made a video where I'm like, basically shaming people for not supporting USARK, but in a little different way. Like, I'm not shaming people thinking, oh, you got a big platform, you should be supporting them now, or making videos about it and doing this. I was like, the thing that I was saying was that if you're making like, a huge profit in the reptile industry, that there's no reason you shouldn't be supporting USARK. It's like, it's in your best interest to be supporting USARK. So when I found out there were people that make a buttload of money off the reptile industry and don't support USARK whatsoever, that's what I was like, no, that's just different type of shaming. But I'm guilty of it too. I get negative. I mean, if you just scroll by the title and don't actually listen to what I'm saying on today's video, like, it's just going to add, probably that thumbnail and title just adds to it, right? Just adds to the negative kind of thing that's out there, which is what I don't want to do. But I can only say the things I feel. I can only be who I am, and I just try to do that on a regular basis on my channel. Like, just take what I'm feeling and make my video real, so that hopefully it actually has a real impact on what's happening out there, and help people come together more, which is really at the core of what I always want to do when I'm making these videos and talking to people, is to make the world better and bring people together and make mankind and womankind a better place to be. Where we so I've got a couple things tonight. I got a couple lists. I got a list of people I'd like to call out, and then I've also got a list of people that won the giveaway. Here, let's take a look at snakes real quick. I feel myself getting a little over emotional. Let's take a look at this. Take a look at these snakes. This clutch just hatched out, and get it up here, give you guys a nice solid look at it. Just a quick break. I'm sure we'll get back to being emotional. Hey, where you at, phone? Oh, there it is. All right. So, as I mentioned in the title as well, we are announcing the giveaway winner before this video is over, because somebody is going to get first or second pick of one of these snakes right here. And I'm pretty happy with the clutch. Everything came out healthy. If you remember the clutch when it first was laid, it was all 7 healthy eggs, and all the babies came out without issue, and they're 7 healthy babies. And then if somebody gets first pick, I'm guessing this is going to be the one to pick right there, just because of the amount of genetics that ended up in that snake. But I really love this GHI hypo right here. And this was, of course, a hypo to hypo clutch, so everything's going to be hypo. But there's the snakes, and we will get right back to that, and we'll do the thing. We'll do the dice roll and whatnot. So yes, that's coming up. That's coming up. Okay, so the funny thing is that the names that were called, the big names that were called out for not, it was just, I feel retarded even like repeating this because it's like, it just blew my mind that there's people like calling out these people for not supporting US ARC when they literally are some of the biggest supporters. I didn't understand it. But I mean, if you saw, there was a live stream today with Kevin McCurley and Brian Barczyk, and they went over some good details. Dave Kaufman had a live stream with Phil Goss and Ryan and Erica McVeigh, and kind of explaining in detail as well, like, because obviously Phil is right in there, like knows way more than I do that I could ever explain as far as what the details are of what's happening and how you can really be effective and all that stuff. Those videos are out there. Jeremy over at Brassman Reptiles is going to be having Brian and Phil and what was his name? Mason, I don't know his last name, sorry, on a live stream on the 17th coming up here on Instagram. So do that. There's a petition going around. I don't know how strong the petition actually goes towards affecting change in the Senate or not, but it's kind of cool to at least have a big voice out there. On my Instagram story, there's that. So I appreciate the super chats. Thanks very much. So let me read this list of names real quick here for you guys. I got a list, and we got Martin's Morph Ops, Pacific Pythons, City Balls, Lizard Mom, and Beyond Scale. I don't know why I read that as a question. I couldn't read my own writing. I heard Scales Reptiles, Leviathan Snakes, 46 and 2, Brad Boa, Aussie Boys, Brassman Reptiles, Camp Cannon, Rob is Creeping It Real, Small Town Exotics, Tara Byron, O'Malley's Morphs, Aurora Exotics, Jay Prehistoric Pets, Snake Bites, Reptile Zoo, Evil Morph God, Jay Kabilka, CNB Reptiles, Reach Out Reptiles. So those are just today things that I scrolled. Those are names that I scrolled by and just had something nice and positive to add to. You know, just a nice little post with a title and a picture, just being positive about the hobby and being positive about reptiles. And that list seemed somewhat long to read, but it's a very short list, I'm sure, of all the people out there that are doing just that. So I think the more of us that continue to do just that, which is just show reptiles in the awesome way they are, and don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people that have different ideas about what that is and how exactly to do that best. But I think rather than get caught up in the details and realize that any of us that keep reptiles, I feel at our core want them to do well and don't want there to be legislation that limits our ability to keep them. So anybody who's putting out content out there, I imagine in their mind has it that they want to help the hobby and they want to educate people about reptiles so they can reach that level of dogs and cats in the minds of the public. And everybody has a slightly different idea on how to do that. But I think as long as you're doing something towards it and not working on trying to cancel somebody else who might be doing that in a way that you maybe don't agree with 100%, rather than doing that, I think just making posts and continuing to put it out there and spread it across the world via the power of the internet, the better that it will be. And of course, follow US ARC. That's the big thing. They're always keeping on top of when things like this come through. Follow them on Instagram. The numbers are a big thing, I think, to the government size. Like they see a big group of people, a large constituency of their voters and constituency. They see us making a big noise, then they're going to listen, because that's the way government is supposed to work, right? Even though maybe it might not seem like it all the time. I mean, we are a small voice, relatively speaking, so we need to make a big noise. And just let it be known. And then there's doubts out there, too, that it's even something that's real, which... I mean, it's if you read the legislation, you can interpret it different ways. But the fact that it's even in legislation, do we want to rely on some part of the government to interpret it in whatever way they decide to interpret it? I'd rather just not have that in there at all, regardless of how you can read it. Because it seems like you can read and be like, well, my animals aren't going to be affected like right now or by this at all, it seems, depending on just compared to what I do. But the fact that it's those little baby steps pushing closer towards getting where it's going to affect you, and depending on how somebody interprets the law, like let's not have it as a law at all, and let's try and get it stopped beforehand. So please email your senators. You can send multiple emails, usarc.org. I mean, I had a video last week on the live stream, made it really easy to just scroll down and you just click a link. They even get all the wording in there for you. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. But obviously I'm not going to leave the reptile hobby. I might try and curate my posts or try and curate my feed a little bit more, which I have mixed feelings about doing. I deleted Facebook off my phone. I was like, screw this. Like, this is just ruining my life right now. And so I just got rid of it. But part of me thinks like maybe I should just put it back and just kind of try and deal with the best. I'm a kind of sensitive guy. If it wasn't obvious, like I'm kind of a little bitch. Like let's be honest. I cry, I get emotional, and I lose it. And I'm fine to admit that. So my point is, even though I feel like I want to leave the hobby because my life would be much less filled with these emotions, I mean, I'm not going to. I just feel like I want to. And I don't want to feel like that. I want to feel like I'm so proud of the amazing group of people, which I mostly am. Let's be honest. It's just every time I see like people going at each other within, it feels like my family is fighting. Those of you that maybe grew up with family that fought or something, that's how it feels to me. It feels like my family is fighting. And I don't like it. It hurts my heart. I want to see everybody do well together, like we do at these USARC auctions, and everybody's having a great time, like throwing things at each other and betting on, you know, penis jewelry, like all that type of stuff. I love that part. I love the crap talking like in person, but like the mean stuff, the stuff that's like mean spirited and actually trying to like tear each other down and actually attempting to, that needs to go, I think. And if we could all work together to try and do that. Like I said, I know emotions are running high out there right now. It's easy to get stuck in a moment where you're like, oh, but if you just didn't do that, you're hurting the hobby, you know, that, and just lift each other up a bit more instead of doing the tear down thing. I would appreciate it, and I think everybody else would appreciate it too. But okay, I think that's the end of that part of the rant. I think I'm done. I think I made my point. You know, there's a lot more information coming out. Like I said, Phil's going to be on that live stream with Brassman Reptiles on the 17th on his Instagram. So go check that out. If you need more information, ask questions. You know, if you got questions, ask them. There's so many resources out there, and there you go. I'm going to pull out these snakes one more time and let's roll. So we got a list of the folks that entered into the giveaway contest, which was awesome, and we'll do more of these going forward. If you don't make it through this time, I know this one was a little complicated for people for some reason. I had this crazy idea of like wanting to help people do something better for their lives as well as enter the giveaway, and like a lot of people were confused about like, why does he care? Why do you care about that? Why don't you just do a regular giveaway where you just like subscribe and like and share the video? I don't know. I got these wild, crazy ideas in my head, and sometimes they don't hit right, or maybe the idea of picking one of the clutch that wasn't hatched yet wasn't good enough for people. I don't know what it is, but the good news is for the people on this list, man, the odds are pretty good. So here's another good piece of news. It seems that libraries and schools around here are getting ready to open back up to actual public shows. I had canceled my liability insurance because there were just no in-person shows. I was doing stuff on Zoom and the random, you know, friend of a friend shows with reptiles, and getting them back in front of the kids so they can handle them in person and talk to their moms and dads who are hopefully also senators or involved in government in a big way. And they can be like pull on their heartstrings and get this stuff where we want it to go. So I've been reached out to by a few schools and libraries at this point. They're looking to get ready to book for the summertime for in-person reptile shows. So good news. And let's do this. Let's get the snakes back out. Let's take one more look at them. I'm not gonna sex them right now or anything. Like, let's do one more look. It looks like there was one hiding over here that we didn't see on the video, so let's just show that one more time. Bink, this little home slice hiding over here, looking like a hypo spider. Look at that head stamp. Freaking sweet head stamp on these things, dude. Look at these beautiful, gorgeous. They have not shed yet. They haven't even started going into shed, so it's kind of cool timing to be able to show them on the live stream because they're not all dulled out and getting ready to shed. But there's some gorgeous things to pick from in here, so I'm pretty happy for the giveaway because, I mean, I feel like you got a nice selection to pick from. That GHI hypo right there, that one is just the one that like really stands out to me. And I'm gonna wait for him to shed before I decide which ones have GHI, which ones don't, because it's kind of this is my first hypo clutch, so I don't have a ton of experience picking out all the different traits, within hypo. Okay. All right. So there's the snakes. There's the top of my desk. That's why it's nice and dark. And I'm back. Let's put those away so nothing crawls out while I'm not thinking about it. Also, one other thing. Tonight, we had Triple B TV this morning with MJ from Trap Talk Sessions, and he is going to be our guest on our Zoom call right after this live stream. There's a link down in the description if you want to join us for that. MJ came and sat down and talked with me. We're going to talk with him tonight, and I'm sure it's going to be a laid back and whatever kind of session it will be. Oh, look, I'm wearing the same shirt in the interview that I'm wearing tonight. That's nice. I totally didn't do that on purpose. Okay, maybe I totally did that on purpose. It was just sitting there on top of my clothes. I was like, where's that stream? That shirt came back again. Let's put that on. It's comfy too. Okay, let's roll the dice. So our list of entrants. Ooh, I said that right, didn't I? Entrants. Truey Berenger, Jen Ray Raymond, Aurora Johnson, Nathan C., Amy Bruner, Clark Janke, Chris Miller, and William Chapman. Some have more entries than others, but those are the people on the list. We have a total of, oh my gosh, we got Nick Lavera in here. We have a bunch of cool people in here, actually. If you guys go through the live stream afterwards, scroll through this live stream chat, man. Check out all the cool people that show up to these live streams. We got some good folks out there, man. This is what I'm talking about. It's just a great crew of people out there, like real caring people that are real in the world. It's not just some rando commenters on the internet. It's like it's a bunch of cool ass people that makes my heart happy. Thank you guys for showing up. All right, so I'm gonna roll the dice. So like I said, some people have more entries than others, just per what the entry rules were. So, but there are a total of 12 spots. So I like that because I have a 12-sided die, thanks to Mr. Knapp. So I'm going to roll that 12-sided die 3 times because there are a couple names on here, surprisingly, that I don't recognize. So just in case, but I do have everybody's email that's on this list, so don't worry about getting a hold of me. If you win, I will certainly get a hold of you, just in case you don't happen to be watching the live stream, even though some of you clearly are. Let's go ahead and roll it 3 times so we can get a first, second, and third, and that'll just be like placeholders. If for some reason the first person falls through, then... And if you feel like, here, look at this comment right here from Danielle Gomez. Damn, my fat ass literally had a chance. Yes, it was totally a chance. The odds are so good for these folks that decided to get a little bit of extra health in their lives and join us for, which I need to jump back on. After I got sick, like I just kind of was like, ice cream, soda, whiskey, pizza, blah, stress, legislation, infighting in the hobby. Ugh. I got, for myself, I got somewhat fat again. Let's roll the dice. Let's get this thing back up here so you can see it. Dink. All right. So first roll is going to be the first person to be contacted about this. I'm assuming that this is going to be also the person that actually accepts the pick. But let's just do this right here. And let's go. You can't see it when I roll it. I'm not cheating. I promise. I'm just going to roll it like a normal person. Let's try and hold it way up there. There we go. Now you can see. Pardon my shaky hands. Woo! And that's an 11. This one went to 11. Thank you, Derek Pied Retix. Derek's a cool dude, man. I got to meet Derek several times in person. Very good guy. What does he say in here? He says, I'm new to the hobby, but the community is what's really made this all worth it. You all are like another family to me. Exactly, man. Exactly. So 11... That goes to 11 was Mr. Chris Miller right there. Just so you can see it. Chris Miller was 11. I'm sorry for you guys that are surrounding Chris that were just one little life away, but Chris Miller is our top receiver. If for some strange reason, Chris decides that he does not want to take the first pick of it, because Chris is on our Patreon, so he gets first pick. If he decides he doesn't want first pick of this clutch for some crazy reason, even though he entered, then this next roll will be the person that gets contacted to take that pick if Chris decides to step down, which it's crazier things have happened. We have people pay it forward all the time that win our contests, which is another great thing I love to see. All the time. People win our contests and they just pay it forward. It's so cool. I love it. All right, let's get that second roll in there. And away we go. And it's a 7. 7-11. 7-11. 7 even back though, little Joe. You guys know what backdoor little Joe means? I remember a lot of people didn't know what that was. I was like, you know what you're talking about? Anyway, we can't roll a backdoor little Joe with one die. I'll tell you that much. So we got 7 and 11, and 7 is Amy Brunner, who is definitely here on the chat. So if Chris steps down, then Amy, you're up there. And just for fun, let's get a third person. 3 is the strongest number in the universe. Let's get 3 just to be safe. All right. All right. Third roll. Just so you can see too, like, well, you know, you had a chance. You had a chance. Let's go. Third. Wee. 12. William Chapman is the third runner-up. I imagine it's not going to make it there, but man, let me tell you what. That's where we're at. That's it right there. And I'm not even going to write it down because I can just go back and watch this video in case my brain does not remember that. Or I could just write it down real quick and save my brain space. It's valuable these days. And an old brain space. You think it's easy to come and talk on a live stream with this brain? Oh, man. You should see the things I have to do to prepare myself to do this. You probably think I was insane if you didn't already. But thank you guys for tuning in tonight. This was a fun one. I hope that the message was well received as I intended it to be delivered. And man, again, thank you guys for showing up for the streams. Thank you guys for watching these things afterwards and leaving your comments down below, because the YouTube took away the dislike button, which I don't really like. At first I was like, oh cool, I don't have to see how many dislikes, but now I can't tell like how many people really like it. And then if I'm watching a video where I'm like, people shouldn't like this, and I don't get to see it that everybody agrees with me, and like thousands of people have clicked the dislike button too, and there's like 2 likes, I can't see that anymore. They took it away. Oh well, it is what it is. Blessing and a curse. You guys take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Thank you for tuning in for the live stream. Don't forget to email your senators. Don't forget to follow USARC. Don't forget to become a member. Strengthen numbers. Let's get these snakes and lizards up to the level of dogs and cats in the hearts and minds of the human public. And that would be just dandy. All right. We'll see you guys on the Zoom call if you're joining us there. Link in the description. Aloha. See you tomorrow. Kusko Uncut. Ooh, fun. Thank you for watching the live stream. I really had a lot of fun. If you want to see more live stream, tune in next week for that one. If you tuned in for this live stream, I hope you want some real cool stuff. I'd love to do more live stream, but I think you had enough.